track Friday, but that was not really on the track. It was more in the car, transmission issue. And then there's five-time. Jimmie Johnson ran a total of 16 laps. He was the 25th fastest on the speed charts after the day. Three drivers topped 197 miles per hour in Friday's two practice sessions. Tony Stewart was the fastest, followed by Daytona 500 front row Jeff Gordon and Danica Patrick. Eric Almirola was the fastest of the 14 drivers that took laps in the first session and fourth fastest in the two sessions combined. As for a five-time, Marty Smith caught up with Jimmie Johnson.
Here with five-time Sprint Cup champion Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie, what have you learned that's different about this race car now that you've had it in competition on Thursday, had a practice this morning? What are we expecting for the Daytona 500 now?
You know, I really feel like track position is key, and starting deep in the field, or if you're shuffled to mid-pack, it's tough to make a pass work. You know, the cars seem to like the high line. There's more speed up there, and then to complete a pass is much more difficult than what we've seen before. I think that's all good. I mean, we'd like to pass a little bit easier, but it's going to keep the pack together. I think you're going to have to be very aggressive to pull off a pass, which could make some very exciting racing. The leader seems kind of hard to get by right now, and we've seen that once you get the lead, you can control things pretty well, but we're going to all be scrambling hard to get that position.
Every time we come here, obviously it's a very special event for our sport. Why is Daytona so special?
DW said it best today. I was doing some TV work with him, and he said eyeballs. It's all about the eyeballs that are watching this race, and there's a lot of truth in that. You know, everybody tunes in to watch this race. We've been sitting all winter long, ready to do something. We're here at an amazing venue, and a venue with a ton of history, and the whole world wants to watch and tune in and watch the Daytona 500. So it's an exciting time to be here, and I'm proud to be in this race, and hopefully he can carry this low Chevrolet to victory lane.
This has not been the kindest place to you in recent years. You've used varying strategies at restrictor plate tracks over the past several years. What are you going to try to do on Sunday?
Well, the strategy of waiting and trying to surge to the front is out the window with the package like it is. So track position's king. You're going to have to race every lap. Once you get up front, you're going to have to defend and fight very hard to keep your track position. And it's going to make for great racing. You know, and the strategy is try to lead every lap at this point.
2006 Daytona 500 champion Jimmie Johnson. We got a lot of unknowns heading into the Daytona 500.
Jimmie Johnson and Marty Smith, a.k.a. Froggy. What do you think, Ray? Does this new car benefit Jimmie Johnson at all?
I think it does, because if you look at his career, he's raced here 22 times. And in the first 11 starts, his average finish was about 8th. The second 11 starts, it's 28th. He only had one top 10 in his last 11 starts here. I think that the older car was more to his liking drafting. This car seems to draft more like the cars that he drove earlier in his career. I also think strategy is going to be, well, as you see him last year, that one definitely didn't like he didn't like the way that one was driving, but I think the strategy is going to play a part in Sunday's race as well, and that falls into his hands, his crew chief's hands. Chad Knaus, who was one of the best at that.
We haven't seen him out on the track a whole heck of a lot drafting. We did see him in the duel. I know Ray's been concerned about speed from that team. Do you think Johnson has enough speed to be a contender on Sunday?
I do think so. He's got a Hendrick car, he's got a Hendrick engine, but we haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for five-time to pop up and show off and do something big time for us. And one thing he said that I really like, Nicole, is this car you can't hang in the back. You got to get up there, race every single lap. And I'm looking forward to those guys getting up there racing hard and seeing what they can do, and looking forward to see what Danica can do too.
Much more to come as we continue on from Daytona with the